Hello, all my fellow grape growers out there. My name is Terry Bates. I am a viticulture research associate with Cornell University. And today I want to show you how to use the My Efficient Vineyard tool, specifically the data collector function on the My Efficient Vineyard tool, and for using it to collect information on the frost damage that has occurred the last couple days. So we've had, based on the stage of the vines and the temperature and location of vineyards, we're getting reports and observations of quite a range in damage from vineyards that are completely fine, 100% primary buds are fine, to completely 100% damaged buds. So there's going to be a need out there to be able to assess and map your vineyard damage that's out there. So one thing that you can do is use the My Efficient Vineyard tool to do that. So if you go to the Efficient Vineyard website, so it's efficientvineyard.com, there are a bunch of tutorials under our VIT blog on how to use the My Efficient Vineyard tool for creating your farm and mapping spatial data. And then, but for a quick tutorial here, we go to the My EV tool, and you get a jump page like this where you can, if you haven't done so already, set up your free account. I sign in here. And that brings me to my Efficient Vineyard account. And the farm I'm working on is the Cornell Lake Erie Research and Extension Lab. That's our research farm. And here are the blocks that I've already made, and I can click on a block and I can find out what the information is on that block. But if I want to map spatial data within that block, I can use sensors to collect spatial data and import that in and be able to visualize it in my blocks. But if you don't have that kind of equipment, we figured out a way for you to be able to collect spatial data with just your smartphone, and we call that the data collector. So if you go down to the right hand side at the bottom, there's a little green button that looks like a clipboard, and that's where you can make a data collector. So I click on that button, and I've already set up a data collector, but let me, I'll walk you through how to do one of these. So, okay, let's call this one Freeze Test 2. So I'm going to go out and assess the freeze damage in my vineyard. I can add a description there if I want, and then I want to add a field. So in this case, I'm gonna do % freeze damage. And I have an option of making it a text field, a number field, or a selection field if I want to give it things to select from. In this case, we're going to make it a number, and the number is going to go from 0 to 100. So that I'll either have 0% damage or 100% damage, and I'm going to step it by 25. So that's going to give me I can be able to select from 0, 25%, 50%, 75%, or 100% damage. Okay, I'm going to add that field, and then say I want to add a field for notes, in case I want to take notes while I'm out in the field, and that's be a text, and it will not be a required field, and add that, and save it. And now I have a data collector called Freeze Test 2. So I've already made one called Freeze Damage, and I'm going to go out to the field, and this whole setup will be on my cell phone in the My EV app, and I'll be able to collect data in the field using the Freeze Damage data collector.
Okay, so now we're out here in the vineyard. At home, I set up my map, set up my data collector, and I walk out into the field with my cell phone, and I open up the My EV app, and I get the same farm, same look that we have on the desktop version, we have now on your cell phone. And using the GPS receiver in my phone, it's telling me exactly where I'm located in the vineyard. I want to assess these vines for frost damage or freeze damage. I hit the data collector button that's on the app. I hit the freeze damage data collector that I've already set up at home, so it's ready to go. And now I walk through this vineyard, and I walk up to a vine. Again, the GPS is telling me where I am in the vineyard, and I assess this vine. If I say, it looks to me like there's 50% bud damage on this, I pull the slider over to the 50% mark, and then I hit the submit button. It uploads that data to your own MyEV account in the cloud. So that data is already logged and saved and ready for your viewing either on your smartphone or back at your office on your desktop. And now all I have to do is walk up and down these rows and collect as much data as I want. The more data I collect, the better spatial map I'm going to be able to see once I put all the data together, and then I go from there.
So now we've come back from the field, and my data that I collected in the field has gone up to the cloud. It's in my EV account. And so let me show you what something like that looks like. So now I would come back, I would go into my data sets. Here's my freeze damage data set, and I could look at that, although we didn't really collect data in the field. Let me show you one that I've done earlier that has a lot more data in it. So I've collected one for vine size in RBlock, and I click on that, and so these points come up, and these would be the ones that I collected in the field that have gone to through my phone back to the MyEV account, and now I can map it, and I can you can watch the other tutorials on what to do next. You know, how to visualize the data, how to interpolate the data, how to interface it with other data layers. But with this tutorial, all I wanted to show you was how to set up a data collector, go to the field, collect the data, come back and be able to visualize or import that data into MyEV so you can assess the damage. So if you have any questions, you can email me, trb7@cornell.edu, or you can use the feedback button that's right in the MyEV tool, the thing that looks like a little bullhorn here. You click on that and you send us a message, and we'll try to get back to you with an answer. So have fun playing with it and let us know how it works out. Thanks a lot.